Later on, the squatters get wind of the fact that they'll have to leave shortly.
We plan to live here until the landlord kicks us out. He wasn't using the building, we've used it, and now he's going to give us a date that we need to leave, and we'll leave. Innit? And we'll go piss off another landlord.
Sorry, him in the swimming pool.
I love you!
You got someone in there.
We'll just go and get another building. And then when they kick us out of there, we'll just go and get another building. And then when they kick us out of that one, we'll probably have another one already. We'll have another one already. Do you know what I mean?
Today, Chris Sharp from the Landlord Group is taking the first step towards regaining possession of an abandoned swimming baths for one of his clients.
I have been informed that the property is hard to access.
2 months ago, squatters took over the property, and until they're removed, plans to build desperately needed new housing on the site are on hold.
So I'm gonna have to do some climbing over fences. Like that guy there, you see?
A court date has been set for next week to get the squatters thrown out.
Right guys, can I just give you one of these now? It's at Bristol County Court, okay?
By law, Chris has to tell the squatters in writing and in person.
All right, then. We're acting on behalf of the landowners in relation to clearing the site out, okay?
What? So what's this?
This is notifying you of the court hearing and proceedings. I'm going to climb over, I'm going to put one on the caravan, just a few around the building.
Is that be trespassing, isn't it?
No.
It would be.
No, you're trespassing. I've got permission to go on here.
Not by us.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have permission of the owner to be here, so that's not a trespass. We'll go to the back.
Chris puts up notices in plain sight. If any of the squatters claim they didn't see the documents, they could use that excuse to fight the eviction in court.
Hi guys. I'll just leave that for you there, guys. Okay. It's on Friday.
No, excuse me. Entry or attempt to enter into this premises without our permission is a criminal offence.
I've got permission of the owner, but you're unlawful occupiers in any event.
Permission.
Okay.
Do you want to come up? Hey, work away, man. What day is it?
Well, we come by a couple of times and I had a look in because I've gone over to live and it was open. Just walked in, the electric was on and everything. Anybody could have walked in here. Yeah, this is a communal area, that's why it's such a mess.
This is a nice room. This is the master bedroom. Nice and warm, nice and toasty. Yeah, I sleep in here. Have done for the past seven weeks.
All we've done today is serve you with the papers.
You have been served? Yeah, mate.
Cheers.
Absolutely, sir. Here you go.
I'll leave it with you anyway, okay? Maybe see you again, perhaps, maybe not.
Thank you very much, goodbye.
Okay.
The squatters have 5 days until they are due to go to court. If they turn up and fight to stay at the property, it could be weeks before they get kicked out. Chris's client is Bristol property developer Brad Hughes, and he's meeting him at court.
We bought the property from a bankrupt company. We bought 3 sites off them, me and 2 colleagues.
For 70 years, the swimming baths were at the heart of East Bristol's community, but in 2005, the council closed the doors. The building has been empty ever since. 8 months ago, Brad paid £400,000 for the property he wants to turn into much-needed housing. But while the squatters are there, the project's on hold.
We had a couple of different phone calls from neighbours saying that there was people climbing over the fence, looked like squatters. And then it's kind of snowballed from there, more and more phone calls. And more so in the last week or so, there's been more and more phone calls, people saying that there's been parties in there till 4 in the morning, loud music, stuff like that, frustrating the neighbours.
To Brad's horror, he discovered the only way to get them out is to go through the courts. And that takes time and money.
I said, what's your plans? And they basically said that they were there for Christmas, believe it or not. And they were going to be gone after Christmas and they would make sure they repaired any damage and cleaned up behind themselves, which is obviously nonsense, because now it seems like there's more of them there and there's more of a mess and there's a caravan on the front. So they've certainly not kept to their word, not that I ever dreamed that they would.
Brad is hoping that today's judgment goes his way and he can finally get the squatters out.
We'll see if they've turned up. I've not seen them so far.
Right.
And we'll take it from
Do
there.
they normally turn up?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. There may be a surprise waiting for us. Okay, Brad.
After just 15 minutes, the hearing is over.
That went well. There was no show by the squatters. The judge was happy to make a order for possession.
My worst worry now, we get them out and they come back. Then we'll be back to square one, won't we? I don't know what else we can do.
Later on, the squatters get wind of the fact that they'll have to leave shortly.
We plan to live here until the landlord kicks us out. He wasn't using the building, we've used it, and now he's going to give us a date that we need to leave, and we'll leave. Innit? And we'll go piss off another landlord.
Sorry, mate, get him in the swimming pool.
I love you!
You got someone in there, woo.
We'll just go and get another building. And then when they kick us out of there, we'll just go and get another building. And then when they kick us out of that one,
We'll probably have another already.
we'll have another one already. Do you know what I mean?
For some of the squatters, it's a lifestyle choice. For others, the only choice is between being homeless or being here.
I didn't feel safe or comfortable, surrounded by heroin addicts and crackheads, and you know what I mean, vicious alcoholics and dangerous people. So I turned down, and then I got taken off of the council's register for a place to live, so I have to wait an extra year before they find me any housing, because I don't want to live around a lot of drugs and people like that, because I've lived around that my whole life. I'm trying to get away from that scene. So yeah, that's why I'm in this position, really. And I love it. It's a great life. It's good fun, good people, you know. I feel safer here.
It's your home as well, isn't it, Sky?
For the past 2 months, a dilapidated swimming pool in East Bristol has been home to squatters. A court has now handed possession back to the owner, Brad.
We've had the hearing, we've got the order, now is the return date for the bailiffs.
Today, eviction specialist Chris Sharp is set to kick them out.
The adrenaline does get pumping somewhat when you go to an eviction, because you just never know what's going to be there. We're hoping that everybody's left.
Hi, Chris.
Are you doing all right?
Not too bad yourself.
Yeah, good.
The owner, Brad, can't make it, so Donald, his business partner, is here in his place.
Okay, let's go.
Donald's worried about what condition he's going to find the building in, and the first signs are not good.
Not a pretty sight.
Good morning, guys.
The bailiffs arrive to start the eviction, not knowing if they'll find anyone inside.
Hello? Hello? Anybody here? We'll do a sweep around the property to make sure it's empty. That way they can be satisfied that it's empty and they can execute the warrant, and then they can be on their way.
At 10,000 square feet and over 2 floors, it's a mammoth task.
Should take them 15 minutes to make how big this place is. This floor's clear.
That one, yeah?
Yeah, it's all been done in that one.
The bailiffs need to scour every nook and cranny, as squatters could be hiding anywhere.
Guys, just be careful down here. I know you don't need telling that. Empty.
The building appears to be clear, but Chris still has his concerns.
This lot here suggests to me that, yeah, they've gone, but they may have plans of coming back.
Well, I did think that.
They usually do carry around with them their own bedding. I think you have your work cut out. I think they may well come
Tried
back.
to keep them out, just absolute nightmare.
I really do think that this is going to be one difficult place to keep secure for long enough. There may well be more trouble.
Just stinks, doesn't it?
You can see the way they're living. It's just disgusting. They're even trying to keep the place, the space that they've got for themselves, even remotely tidy. absolutely disgraceful. It really is. This is just a sty. It's just a hovel. It's awful. They've made this worse than it actually was. So, if it's sympathy that they sometimes are crying out for, then I think sympathy is going to be lost when you see the state of this place and how they have used it. Just absolutely beggars belief. It won't be long before the council, if they get wind that it's in this state, they'll be on to you saying, look, there's rats. Absolutely.
Left in a shocking state, the property needs thousands of pounds spent on it to clear it out and make it secure. Money Brad and Donald can ill afford to lose.
It's just unneeded or unwanted inconvenience, isn't it?
And it's going to cost him, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
It
costs thousands.
Yeah, this doesn't get cleared up for free.
Exactly that.
We may well see you here again.
Yeah.
Fortunately. Shall we just sign the paperwork here?
Yeah, don't know who's got a warrant.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
The eviction may have gone without a hitch,
We've now been given a property back empty.
but Chris is worried about another pressing problem.
Now that the warrant's been executed, there's an urgency to secure and somehow deter people coming back, because between now and when the planning is finalised, it's going to be maybe weeks, maybe a couple of months.
Yeah.
And that's one hell of a long time to keep a property this size secure, especially when it's been occupied before.
You can only do so much.
Yeah.
So we're meant to build it secure. Hopefully they don't get back in.
Yeah.
Just see how it goes, I suppose.
It's taken over 2 months and thousands of pounds in legal costs to get rid of the squatters. To add to his misery, owner Brad even has to fork out £1,000 on the utility bills run up by the squatters. But now, at least he's one step closer to fulfilling his plans to build new homes for the neighbourhood.
All sorted?